What is happening, guys? Martin is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So, guys, quick review for you right about now. Quick unboxing in regards to this one and this one. If you can see it on the camera right about there, this is Amber Eagle, and it says on it that it says Amber is for mystical nights. Okay, this came in at $9.99, guys. So I'm doing this fragrance review quickly now because I want to actually open it and do some other stuff and try this fragrance out. But also, guys, you can see the packaging as well. It says on the side there, it says about fragrance, it says about the color, the collection style is for the night, and the family is oriental, which is, again, I think is a good idea because there's some people who buy fragrances and don't really know. And for some reason, guys, when I tried to buy this fragrance, it seems to be sold out everywhere I've been. And even today, the guy at the till, I don't know what it was, he was just like, oh, we don't have any more. And I said, well, you know, it seems to be in a box like this one. Could you sort of go and check for me? Or I'll go and check. Guy went to go and check and he had 2 left. So I guess maybe for us fragrance enthusiasts, not everyone's fully clued up when it comes to maybe working places. You may not necessarily know. But for me, I'm not going to go all that way and not ask the question. So guys, had to ask the question, and I made sure I got this fragrance now for you to check it out. So in respect of the breakdown, let me just turn this light away slightly. There we go. So in respect of this particular fragrance, guys, I did say it did smell a bit like Strong With You, and I'm going to do a quick comparison video very quickly now, just based on first impressions. But let's open this one up. You see, guys, $9.99, so probably about €10 as well in the EU. Not particularly bad for what it is. I think this is 100ml. You can see, guys, the box. Out of all the ones that came out most recently, I think this is probably the one that's probably one of the standout ones, I would say. And there you go, guys. There you have it. You got the Zara logo there with the information on the side, and then also the information on the bottom. I think this is probably one of the smarter fragrances that have come out from Zara, if they're going to do one, to be honest. Metal, it's a plastic cap, it's not magnetic at all, so don't get carried away with that one. Yeah, nothing really to write home about on there, really, to be honest, guys. It's just plastic and a bit cheap. So yeah, here we go. Okay, guys, so definitely, to me, this is definitely a clone or an inspired version of Stronger With You. The note breakdown just on Fragratica is saying that it has, again, I don't really necessarily agree with this, but it says it got apple in the top notes. It's got some coconut nectar in the mids, and it has some amber and some cedar in the base. Now, for me, this is very heavy on the amber for what it is. And again, Strong With You in comparison, I think in their base focus slightly more on a sort of leathery note. But just looking at the complexity of Strong With You, I'm going to do a quick test again. It's just opening. But ultimately, this one seems to have a bit more pineapple in there. There's some cinnamon there. I think there's some lavender. And also, guys, it's saying that it's got some melon in there. Cardamon's in there. Again, in the base, we've got some cedar woods. And then we've got different types of woods in the base. And also chestnut and vanilla. So again, guys, for me, this type of hazelnut type of smell is what I'm getting there. Let's have a quick spray of this one just to get a comparison. Okay. So guys, I mean, again, I think there's leather in this, which maybe not been there, but it's like a leather note. This is a lot creamier. This is obviously more quality in respect of the actual composition of the fragrance. This one is like a, if you imagine like a sport version, that's the way I compare it. I tried to compare it. The two aren't necessarily like for like. Please don't get it confused. You paid $9.99 for this one, and this one you probably paid around about maybe £60, even £50, depending on where you buy it. And this is only, I believe, this is only a 50ml. This isn't even 100ml. So yeah, 50ml. So for what it is, guys, I mean, to me, again, this actually, when I did spray this before in the store, I got a good 2 hours. I need to spend some time with it. I'm probably going to do that. Also wearing it out maybe to the club or wearing it out to more of a social setting and see what the response is. I had have some office compliments when I was wearing this one, but again, this one projects very heavily. And even now, it's pumping off my skin, guys. So I think it's one of those things where it's one of those fragrances where you just need to be cautious on the trigger, and again, allow it to dry down a little bit because it's an EDT. And I think for what it is, guys, it does have a bit of a beast mode type of projection on this one, I would say. It's one of those fragrances, guys, which I would probably wear more so for the club, but at the same time, if you want to wear this in the daytime, by all means you can do so. I do believe it's an EDT. I'm going to check that one. But this one, obviously, coming out from Zara, I mean, let's say $9.99. It is an eau de toilette, and I think for what it is, guys, it is actually worth the money. $9.99, you can't go wrong. This one, however, as I say, I can confirm it is an EDT, and it's actually the Eau de Parfum, which is the intense version. That's a different concentration, and that's slightly different. That one smells more like a type of toffee note that they've got in there, while this one's slightly more on this type of hazelnut, sweet gourmand type of fresh, or not necessarily fresh, but type of hazelnut, sort of chestnut type of smell. So that's the quick breakdown, guys. Ultimately, as I say, this one, if you imagine like a sport version of this is what it smells like. It's a lot lighter. The composition of the ingredients doesn't really as complex. Longevity wise, I say when I want this, I need to do some real testing with it. Now I've got a bottle myself because it seems to be sold out everywhere for whatever reason. But I think I was able to get 2 hours in this one. This one gives me an easy 5-6 hours, actually, to be honest, guys. This is really good, and you can see how much juice I have left in it. I've hardly even necessarily had to use that much. This has lasted me for ages. So as it goes, guys, yeah, I will give this one definitely a try. I don't think he'll run for $9.99. Out of all of the fragrances that came out, some of you guys are saying that you like the Red Mist that came out from Zara. Me personally, guys, it didn't really have much longevity. The dry down is nice, but it's a skin scent to me within less than probably about 30-40 minutes. Whereas this one seems to still project for me. And again, I need to do some real testing with it. But for first impressions, guys, I'm quite satisfied with this one. Not really struggling to smell it. It's a good amber fragrance, and it's a good good purchase, a good pickup. So guys, you want to check that one out. And for those as well that are looking forward to it, I managed also to get my hands on a bottle of this bad boy. And again, I've had a smell of this one, guys. You can see this one's not even been opened, and it smells $12.99 in the UK. And this one is actually the new one from the tobacco collection, Unexpected, Fresh and Spicy. Okay, so this one will be reviewed very shortly, guys, and I'll let you know how it goes. Ciao.